Okay, we're here today for the Community Design Review Committee informal meeting. The first application, well, it's Tuesday, April 5th at 1:30. The first application is the Furniture Village for a conversion of a diner to a furniture store at 210 Route 59. And I don't know who is on behalf of the applicant. Is that you, Mindy?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. So do you want to introduce the project? Mindy,
Sorry, what?
are you going to introduce the project or is one of the professionals going to be doing it?
Paul Gdansky is actually going to join us, but I guess I'll start. So this project is basically the conversion of the existing Airmont Diner. I'm sure you all know it, the corner of North Airmont Road and Route 59. It's being converted to a furniture store. Open layout, pretty much. The existing, the whatever's inside right now, the kitchen, the seating, all that's going to be removed. It's just going to be one large open area. A furniture showroom, basically.
Okay. You're not changing anything on the outside?
Nope, existing, the entire site's going to stay existing. The building itself is, pretty much existing except interior renovation.
Okay.
I believe we're not seeking any variances, and we are requesting a waiver for landscaping and lighting.
A waiver for landscaping and lighting?
Yes,
In
because
terms of what? What does that mean?
in the parking area, we're not proposing any new landscaping and lighting. It's all existing. Whatever's there, that's what's going to remain. So we request a waiver to not have to do any more than what's existing.
Okay, Paul Gdansky is on now. If you want him to speak about anything with the project.
I guess that'll be up to the professionals if they have any questions for Paul.
John, do you want to start?
Sure. So on the short form EAF, I'll just go in the order of our comments. There is a potential contamination area. So we're asking for some more detail on exactly what that might be, if it's anything. So we need some clarification there. Skipping to the landscaping and lighting. So I guess our big question or concern will be what is existing. So if you don't want to add any more landscaping, we need to see what's out there and at least show on the plan what's existing. Right now, the plan really doesn't show anything. It just shows some parking with an existing building. So we need to know what's out there. Now, in terms of the lighting plan, I don't know how the illumination is out there, but if you want to keep the lighting exactly the way it is, probably we'll need to go out and look at it during nighttime hours to see exactly how good it is or whether it needs to be upgraded. So that's comment number 3, 4, and 5. We're just asking for some clarification on store hours and number of employees. Comment 6, we do need GML referral because this is on a state highway. Moving on to the engineering review. I'll skip down since we're on the GML because of the county highway. This will require some sort of input from both the state road and the county since it's on the corner of both. So there may be issues regarding additional traffic. There may not be, but we feel that they need to take a look at the plans, both the county and the DOT, so they can give any input. We do have a concern regarding truck traffic and parking, specifically for deliveries. So unlike a diner, a typical furniture store would probably have large trucks coming in, or at least smaller trucks coming in to make deliveries, and we're not sure how that's going to happen, where on the site that's going to occur. And we are asking for the fire department to give some review on this. So they should send that to the fire department for their review.
Not to interrupt you, John, I did send it to the fire department and they commented that they don't have enough information to make any comments. They need a more robust plan and more information.
Yeah, we need definitely a more detailed plan. So, I mean, we do show the existing parking. There really is no way to confirm. This may be considered a retrofit site. So even though the parking is there, the pavement's there, the building is there, we're gonna look for some sort of storm drainage, green infrastructure or something to kind of offset the increase in runoff. I don't know out there if there is a stormwater pond or if there's provisions to offset peak stormwater runoff, but we certainly need to look at that. So that's tied in with comment 7 regarding the drainage. We need an evaluation on what's there and what needs to be proposed to bring it up to code requirements.
Okay.
We do ask for, if there's a sign, to please submit a detail for the sign so it can be reviewed. These comments are conceptual, so we don't really have much detail on the plan, although that we do show the building and existing parking spaces. There's really no grades, no elevations, no storm drainage. Even if it's existing, we should see the piping and the storm water ponds, the proposal for what's being done to offset them and mitigate the impervious surfaces, which is fairly substantial, you can see from the plan.
And this will probably have to go to ARC too, correct?
I would say
Architectural
yes.
review.
I would say yes.
Okay.
We do have sidewalks, so that's a good thing, along both the state highway and the county highway, along the frontage. But yeah, that's gonna need to be referred. I don't know if there's a rendering on what it's gonna look like, or if they're keeping the exact same facade that's there now, but that's something that the applicant may wish to discuss.
The exterior is going to be updated, and we will in the future have a rendering, I suppose, yeah, for ARC. So yeah, that's going to be redone.
Okay, so we'd like to see that.
As far as the drainage mitigation, what are you looking for? Because it's all existing pavement.
It's existing pavement, but it's required to, this is a retrofit, so is there any stormwater pond, or is everything just discharging? You know, right now it's 80% impervious runoff, and I do understand that it's existing, but there should be existing stormwater associated with offsetting the increase in runoff from the original development. So is there a stormwater pond on site? Is there any water quality treatment proposed?
No, because there's no, we're not proposing any increase in impervious area from what was there before.
Okay, do you know when the site was actually built?
I can look, I can get that information to you.
Okay.
Lou, do you have any comments? Okay. Mendy, Paul, any other questions?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, so you know, you need to update plans, make adjustments, look into the prior, I guess, site plan when it was built. And John, would you say they should come back to CDRC?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, no problem.
okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Thank you all.
Okay. All right, the next application is Rolling Hills subdivision for a 2-lot subdivision for a minor subdivision of a preliminary plat. And I think we have Matt. Are you on for Jesse?
Yes.
Hi. How are you?
Hi, how you doing? Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi.
Um,
Do you want to just introduce the project?
Yeah, I can introduce the project. Can I share my screen? Does that?
Sure,
is that
let me
helpful?
just give you permission. Hold
Okay.
on 1 second. Whoops, I hit the wrong thing. And I did it again. What's
Excuse me.
going on? Here we go. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Can you see that?
Yes, thank you.
Great. So pretty straightforward application. The existing property is a residential single-family home on a lot. It's about 6.79 acres. And the proposed plan is to subdivide it into 2 lots. The first lot being, exclusively just for the single-family home, just kind of delineated here. And then the remainder of the lot would be undeveloped vacant land. And just, as a little bit of background on the project, if you're familiar, this was previously approved, I believe in 2007 as part of it was originally a 6-lot subdivision. And there had been like proposed other improvements, cul-de-sac, like I believe other residential lots. That plan is changing, and instead, the only intent here is to just subdivide the lot into exclusively just this lot for the single family home, no variances, and then just this vacant lot with no improvements proposed on that portion. We did receive a letter, I believe this morning.
Yes.
So a little confused by what was requested in that letter. I think I actually have it open. It basically just states that no improvements are shown on lot 2, and then at a minimum that there should be provisions for a single family home. I think we just kind of wanted to clarify that there are no improvements proposed on lot 2. So I don't know, if there's anything specific that, engineering would be looking for, but that there's no intent to do anything on this lot.
The question is if there's no intentions of doing anything, this board, at least upon our recommendation, cannot create a lot that's potentially unbuildable. So the question is, if you're not proposing anything, what is the reason for the subdivision? So what we don't want to do is create an existing lot that has no intent or no purpose. So the
Sure.
reason for the comment is that as a minimum, it has to be verified that it can produce a single family home, so that
Okay.
when the lot gets sold, it's not a lot that's created to have no, to not somebody to buy it and can't build on it because it has
Correct.
no buildability. So that's pretty much what we're saying, is you need to propose something, even if it's not what you want to do.
Okay, and could that be as simple as just showing a box out area for a single family home on the
Yeah,
lot?
and maybe a concept water and sewer. Is there water and sewer right in front of the lot? And then maybe a note that, if in the event that the owner chooses not to build a single family home, he shall come back to the planning board for site plan review and
Okay.
approval, so that we don't create a situation where a lot is created that's essentially unbuildable. I don't think you have the case here. It's a fairly large lot.
Yeah, it's a large lot.
The general rule of thumb is it has to be approvable for something.
Got you. Okay,
Okay,
makes sense.
that's all I got. Now, the subdivision that was originally approved, that was never filed. It was, so that you're not proposing that at this time, correct?
Correct.
Okay, is your intention to come in after this subdivision with that or not?
No.
No, okay. Okay. So that's really all we're looking for. This is on, let's see. I didn't go to any detailed into review because it was kind of a little unclear, but this is on a village road, not a town, not a state highway, so we don't need GML, or do we?
This particular parcel, I think, does need a G. I have to do the GML workup on the GIS system. I didn't check it.
Okay,
I have to look to see if it's required.
okay, so we
I
should check
think it
that.
is, but I can double check it. Yeah, I don't have this one printed.
Okay, and the last question is, everything that's contained on lot 1 is existing. You're not proposing anything, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So, John, what would you say their next steps are?
I think they can go to planning board if we can just show a house in concept,
Okay.
with water, sewer, and a driveway. Just and just note that should the owner choose to you build something else, he would be required to come back to the planning board. This way, it's approvable for something, and if it's not what he wants to do, then he can come back to the planning board. So that addition, I think, would allow him to just move forward. I don't think there's a reason to come back to CDRC at this point.
Okay. That works. So I guess, Matt, just to give you an idea, we're not having a meeting in April.
Okay.
With the holiday and coordinating and changing dates, it was difficult. So the
Sure.
next planning board meeting would be May 26th. It's always the fourth Thursday of the month. If it's still Zoom, I don't know yet. It would be 7 o'clock. And if it's in person, it would be at Village Hall at 7:30. The deadline to apply is April 24th.
Okay.
So that I have adequate time to send out for Gmail if that's required, or all the other agency comments.
Got it. Sounds good.
Okay, and I just want to reiterate for that meeting, I already have 2 religious applications. And one application that's been in process for over a year that's looking for final approval. So you would be last on the agenda.
Okay.
But you will be on the agenda. If you're not heard for some reason by 11 PM, it automatically goes to the next meeting. But I think, you know, I can't predict, but I think it should be on, will be on and you'll be heard.
That's good to know.
Okay. Any other questions from anybody? John, Lou? No? Okay. All right.
Ready?
That's it. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
All right. Thanks,
Have a
everyone.
good afternoon. Take
Okay.
care.